Eeyore's bright idea. It was a peaceful morning in the 100 Acre Wood. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and Pooh Bear was enjoying a pot of honey. Everything seemed just right, except for one thing. Eeyore, the gloomy but kind-hearted donkey, sat by his little stick house with a frown on his face. His tail drooped even more than usual. "Good morning, Eeyore," said Pooh, walking over. "Lovely day, isn't it?" "I suppose," Eeyore sighed, "except my house keeps falling over again." Pooh looked at the small pile of sticks. Some had tumbled to the ground. "Oh, bother," Pooh said, scratching his head. "Why does it keep falling?" "The wind, the rain, a bouncing tigger," Eeyore listed. "It's not a very good house, I suppose, but it's all I've got." Pooh wanted to help. "Maybe we can rebuild it. Let's ask our friends." So off they went, wandering through the 100 Acre Wood, looking for help. The search for a solution. First, they found Piglet, who was watering his tiny flowers. "Oh dear," Piglet said, hearing about Eeyore's problem. "That is a big problem. Maybe we can tie the sticks together with strings so they won't fall down." Eeyore thought about it. "Not a bad idea, but I don't have any string." Next, they found Rabbit, who was busy tending to his carrot garden. Rabbit said, thinking hard. "Maybe you should build your house near my garden. The bushes will block the wind." Eeyore thought about that too. "Nice of you, Rabbit, but I like my house where it is." They went to see Owl, who always had wise advice. "Aha! You need stronger materials," Owl declared. "Rocks, mud, perhaps even bricks." Eeyore sighed. "Too heavy for me to carry." They even asked Kanga and Roo, who were playing near the pond. "Maybe you need a roof," Roo suggested. "A big leaf or a piece of cloth to keep the rain out." "Good thought," Eeyore said. "But my house still falls over before the rain even gets here." No one had the perfect answer. Eeyore's ears drooped lower. "Thank you, everyone," he said, "but maybe I'll just rebuild it again like I always do." As the sun began to set, Pooh and Eeyore walked back toward his home. The little pile of sticks still lay where they had left it. Eeyore sat down and looked at the sky. The stars were starting to twinkle. "I wish my house was as steady as the stars," he said. "They never fall." Then suddenly, Eeyore's eyes widened. He had an idea. "Wait a moment," he said slowly. Maybe my house doesn't need to be made of sticks at all." Pooh tilted his head. "What do you mean?" Eeyore stood up. "What if I build my home inside something strong, something that won't fall down?" Pooh scratched his head. "Like what?" Eeyore looked around and spotted a big old tree with a small hollow at the bottom. "There," he said, pointing with his nose. "That tree has been here forever. If I make my home inside the hollow, the wind won't knock it down." Pooh's eyes widened. "That's a wonderful idea, Eeyore." Excited now, Eeyore and Pooh gathered soft leaves for the floor, set up a small pile of sticks for a cozy corner, and even added some flowers Piglet had given them. By the time they finished, Eeyore's new home looked snug and safe inside the tree hollow. "I like it," Eeyore said with a small smile. "It's cozy. And it won't fall over." Pooh cheered. Just then their friends arrived to check on them. My, Rabbit said, impressed. "That's a fine home, Eeyore." "It's perfect," Piglet added. Roo bounced up and down. "And now you won't have to rebuild it all the time." Eeyore looked around at his friends and gave a slow nod. "For once, I think I did something right." Everyone cheered for Eeyore's bright idea. And from that day on, Eeyore never had to worry about his house falling over again. The end.